How you doing, folks? Just going to do a quick video on your Compass Avantgarde, just show you how everything works. Now, just when you come inside the habitation door, we control panel just inside the door. Up in the top left we have a main on off switch, a main power switch. Just beside it we have a main on off switch for the water pump. Just turn it on for all your water. Bottom one here is a main switch for lights, and we have a switch for an outside light here. Over on this side you have your levels, your fresh water. If we just push that in, you can see there's roughly half full, or your battery, sorry, that's your battery, and your water level, it's empty. I think it's empty. And you have a switch here for these lights over the top of those units. Now underneath that we have our heating controls. Now we have your water heating and your inside heating, your room heating down below it. To work them, if we just push, say we want to heat the water, we just push this wee picture of the tap and it'll come across. Now we had it on gas heating last, so it just came straight over to gas heating. Every time we push this, it moves across to a different setting. So we start again, it's off there at the minute. The first one over is a frost setting. You could leave that on. If you're expecting frost, it just stops the tank freezing. The next one over is a low power electric heating. Kind of 900 watt roughly electric heating, low power. If you're plugged into campsites or plugged in at the house, the camper would have to be plugged in the mains for that. The next one over is a higher power electric heating, 1800 watt roughly, electric heating. And we're back to the gas heating here, and next one over is gas and electric, low power, and gas and electric at high power if you're plugged in. So we'll just come back over to the gas one here. So that's your heating your water. We'd recommend you use the gas if you need warm water, if you need water fairly quick. If you're using electric, it could take up over 3/4 an hour, close to an hour, to heat the water. If you're using gas, roughly 15 minutes, 20 minutes roughly. Now down the bottom here we have your heating for the van. So to work it, if we just push the wee button, the same kind of principle. They come across, the first one here, come across to what was last used at, is the gas. So we come across, you have gas and a low power electric off. Next one's low power electric. I think there's 3 electric settings in this. You have a medium electric and high electric setting, and your gas and electric, only the one setting in this. And you set your temperature here with these plus and minus buttons. You can see the little orange symbol going up and back for the temperature. So you can set your temperature inside the van for whatever suits you. Now on the left hand side of these, that little green light's on, just telling us it's working there. I'll just turn this off again. Sometimes you can see a little orange light will come on here beside these. That's if there's a problem, just light up a little orange bar here. Now to reset that, the heaters are down underneath this seat on the driver's side. I'll just open this up here. So that's your water heater there, and that's your heater for inside the van there where them pipes are coming out of. Now if we look at the top of the water heater here, we can just see a little red button just here. That's the wee reset button. So if anything happens, your water heating, that little orange light comes on, just push down that little red button to reset it. There's one in this heater here, it's very hard to see, it's down kind of underneath those pipes down in there, for your space heater if you get the little orange light in this. This yellow lever on top of the water heater is for draining the water. Say you're not using the van during the winter, or that van's parked up. If we turn that little yellow lever across here, it drains the water out of the heater. It just protects it from frost or anything like that. So it's an important wee little lever. So that's all your heating. Now your fridge. Your fridge is handy enough. You've a main on off switch here on the left hand side of it. Just push that in, hold it in for a couple of seconds, and the power's off there, sorry. That's the way there. Now you have 3 power settings. You have electric, gas and 12 volt. Now it's on gas here, it'll run away. We select electric here. This is you'd have to be plugged in the mains, the same as the electric heating. That's beeping because we're not plugged in. And we've a 12 volt setting here. That's beeping because the engine's not running. That'll only work when the engine's running. So we'll just come back to the gas here. And on the right hand side we've our temperature control. Just every time we push this, it'll come up an extra wee bar up to full cold. This little button here is a reset. Say the gas goes out or something happens, you can push that, just push that wee button, it restarts it. To switch it off, just hold this in for a couple of seconds and that powers it down. Now your TV, just a wee green button on the top right of it to switch it on. Now your aerial is in the press over the TV. Say you have an adjustable aerial. Let's turn this down a bit. You have an adjustable aerial here, so if we loosen this screw here, if you find your pictures a little bit bad, you can raise up the aerial and you can turn it to improve the picture. Facing certain directions, it might work better. This little black thing in the bottom is for the tilt on the aerial. The aerial sits flat and you can tilt it over if you're on bad ground. So that's what this little black thing at the bottom is. That's your booster in the back there. So that's your TV working there now. As you go around, you'll have to retune the TV. So to do that, if we just push the menu button here on the remote and just come down using the grey arrows in the centre here, come down to auto tuning and just push OK. It'll ask you DTV. I did change that just to DTV because there's no analog anymore. Down to Ireland, just push the OK button in the centre again and it'll tune in whatever it can find for you. So that's your TV. Now, just underneath at the seat here on the passenger side, just on the back end of the seat, just in this little press here, we've all our mains trip switches at the top here. To be similar to what you have in the house. It's underneath the motor control and the sockets, the heaters, water heater and the fridge charger. And down the bottom here you've all your 12 volt fuses. They're all labelled what they're doing as well or what they're for. So that's all your electric stuff is in there. Now we're back, your beds. I'll just show you this wee thing here. It's just going to be in that black bag. That's for your barbecue point. It's the wee connection for your barbecue point outside. I'll show you that outside. Your beds make up, if we catch these seats here and pull these out, these will come out, they'll meet in the middle. And our cushions, we could turn this cushion around just at the high spot is nearest the wall, and this cushion at your backrest, it'll sit down here in the middle, and that'll make up a full bed across. Or you could use them kind of as they are as singles, if it suited you either. Just something to show you up the front here. This wee sticker between the gear stick and the steering wheel. If we turn off the key in this van as normal, just take out the key. If the van's left sitting for a few days, there's a good chance it'll flatten the starting battery, the engine battery, and it'll not start. So if you're leaving the van for a while, if we push in this little red button just behind the key, just turn the key backwards, it just comes back a small bit extra, and take the key out. It isolates the battery, so if you're leaving the van parked up for a period of time, the battery will not go flat, and just it'll go as normal then. Turn it on and you're away. So when you turn it back for normal use, just take your key out. If you're parking it for a couple of days or a week or whatever, push in that button, turn it back the extra wee bit. The only downfall with that is your date and time all have to be reset each time you do that. Now the last couple of bits inside here. Just on the front of your oven, there's a wee sparker button that controls your top your hob as well as your oven and grill. So that's your wee igniter for everything there. And just in the bathroom here then, normal enough tap, hot and cold, and your shower and your chemical toilet. We lift up this, the wee blue button just in the back of the toilet here, just push the wee blue button and that works the flush. And just in the front of the toilet here with this little lever, just pushes over to the right, opens and closes the door into the wee cassette. So I think that's everything inside. We'll do a run around outside now. Yeah folks, outside your van, just behind the habitation door is your gas box. Your gas bottle here, switch on and off your gas, just turn up and down this screw on the top of the bottle. So if we turn that clockwise the whole way down, that switches off, that's the gas turned off into the van now. Just turn it up clockwise to switch it on. To change your bottle, unscrew this here, there's a spanner down there. So we can see that's a left hand thread, so that turns the opposite to normal. Space there for a second bottle if ever you require it. Just behind that is your outside barbecue point, that little connection I'm showing you inside in the black bag. That'll plug on, just plug in there. This collar will come forward. Once that collar's forward, this little red tap will open, then it'll give you gas out if you have it connected to a barbecue or an outside oven or something like that, or an outside cooker. So that's your barbecue point. Now your awning. The handle just hooks in the back of the awning, just up there is the wee hook, and your awning will wind in and out. Now your legs, I just put this leg down here to show you roughly, but your legs set up into place in that rail. Now to release your leg, if we slide it, the leg will just slide out towards us. It just unhooks at the front, leg drops down, and just loosen the screw here and the leg will come down. Now we normally recommend to bring the awning out till you can reach it, and put your legs down, use the legs to support the awning, and put the leg out like I have here at an angle, and wind your awning over the leg. Use them to take the weight of it, and that's it. The leg will just go back in opposite the way it came out. Just lift that up into there and just sits into place. Now we go around towards the front here. Here we have our leisure battery just outside in front of the back wheel, and your mains plug-in point, your mains power lead will plug in there, give you power into the van. There's a wee cutout down here, so your lead will come out. You can close that door up, and your lead will come out here for you, so you can lock your battery in. Now just in front of that we have a storage locker. This is just underneath the seat behind the passenger. So in here your awning handle will be in here, and a few other bits, your carpets. That's a centre rafter for the awning as well. That just hooks on if you want to use it. Hooks on just up there, that wee piece on the right hand side, the little grey thing, and comes down, just hooks on here. When your awning's out full, just supports the material in the centre. Now just in the passenger door here, your bonnet pull is just inside the passenger door on the side of the dash there. And just underneath the passenger seat, if we lift up this little tab here, that'll pull down. This whole cover, if we just lift it up, it'll come out, and your jack and wheel brace are in that box there. If we loosen that, just turn that quarter turn, it'll all slide out. The whole lot's in there for you. Now just under the bonnet itself, your dipstick is just down here, the little orange dipstick just in the kind of centre of the engine, and your oil filler here, that with the yellow marking on it. Now the rest of your stuff in here, just in front of the driver, that blue cap is your windscreen wash, and next we have our coolant, brake fluid, and if ever you have to jump start this van or jump start anybody else, that little piece down there is where for your positive battery lead, your red jump lead side, and it'll go on there. Your black jump lead will go on here in the centre. That's the wee air point if ever you're jump starting anything. This wee cover here covers over that, Just lift up that wee cover, and you've that underneath it. That's underneath your bonnet. Now, we'll just come back down the driver's side. There's not an awful lot to see. We come back to here. You have your water fill point here. So we just loosen that. Just stick a hose in there. When it's full, the water will overflow underneath. There's overflows in the tank, so you'll see water overflowing in underneath there when the tank is full. This white thing beside it is an outside shower point, so I left this out here for. This wee boy just goes in there, and we turn that. I turn this around, and it works hot and cold. So the more you bring it to the left, the hotter round for the cold, and it'll just pull out. Now, just behind the back wheel, we've our two emptying valves. The grey one nearest the wheel is your grey water, your wastewater, your sinks and showers, and the blue one behind it is your fresh water tank. So if you want to empty the fresh water tank, just open that wee blue tap there. The normal one's the grey one for your dirty water sink. Now, and just at the very back of the van here, we have our toilet cassette. Now, to take it out, we just lift up this little orange lever at the bottom. Whole cassette will just lift out. Now, the door inside, that wee lever I showed you to open and close the door inside, has to be in the closed position. So to empty this, we turn around this neck to screw off this cap here. That wee cap's a wee measuring cup for your chemical, your blue if you're using a liquid chemical. And just pour it out, lift it up and pour it out wherever suitable location. Wee air vent at the back here, that little orange button. If you hold that down as you're emptying it, just lets the air in to let everything flow out. Put it back in, just lift it up. Just sits in there, and just push it all the way in. It clicks into place. That's your toilet cassette. Now, around the very back here, we have our bike rack. We just grab it here and give it a pull. It'll come down into place. Those wee straps in there, you can put them around the bars here. Stops it bouncing as you're driving, and a wee ratchet system for the straps. When it's not in use, just put it up, and these wee clips, give it a good push, it catches into place. So folks, I think that's everything now. Hope you enjoy your van, get good use out of it. Thank you.